This article was submitted by Patreon supporter Ernestine Wolf. It's an article that was in naturalnews.com. Anti-GMO activist found dead in hotel pool hours before planned delivery of 200,000 petition signatures to the EPA. I'll just read the facts of the story and then I'll tell you what I think. An activist who opposed genetically engineered mosquitoes has been found dead in the swimming pool of a Washington, D.C. hotel just hours before she was due to submit a petition with over 200,000 signatures to the EPA. The D.C. Fire Department says the reported incident happened at the Cambria Hotel and Suites in Washington, D.C. Convention Center. They say they were called to the scene around 9:35 a.m. Medical crews say they attempted to treat the victim but later pronounced her dead. So what this article goes into is then Erin Elizabeth of Health Nut News has documented 85 plus doctors who have been found dead over the past few years. Most of them were holistic health practitioners offering alternative or naturopathic medical treatments. The majority of those individuals who were opposed to genetically engineered foods. Mila, the woman who had passed away in the hotel room, was a very well-known activist who fought hard against GMOs and the use of GMO mosquitoes in Florida. In fact, she fought them so hard she was known to be the nemesis of the GMO mosquito industry. Is that perhaps why the witness who found her floating in the pool didn't try and get her out of the pool? Is that why they didn't try, like any normal human being would, to perform CPR? So this article reads a little paranoid, a little conspiratorial, but it is suspicious when somebody dies right before they're going to give 200,000 signatures to the FDA. And was this woman murdered? I don't know. Would I put it past big companies? I would not. When billions of dollars are involved, people will do anything. These companies will do anything. And I think it's worth, just because this isn't a new, I don't want to just jump on and say, oh, they're murdering, anti-GMO activists. I don't want to just say that. But it is suspicious. It is curious. And I would love to get more information on this. I would, it's pretty crazy. Here's more information on what happened. Tuesday morning, Mila Demir, a 45-year-old activist from Key West, Florida, who opposed the release of genetically engineered mosquitoes, was found dead in a swimming pool in Washington, D.C. Fox 5 in D.C. notes the police report claims a witness found floating inside the rooftop pool and called 911. In the days preceding her death, Mila posted on her Facebook page about the fight against genetically engineered mosquitoes. The time is now. Please sign and share. We are not guinea pigs. It's time to set standards when it comes to people in biotechnology. Activist Post spoke with Barbara Napoles, a fellow activist and long-term friend of Mila, who accompanied her on the trip to D.C. and one of the last people to see her alive. Napoles worked with Demir for years as part of her Never Again Foundation, an organization that focused on a variety of environmental causes. Napoles explained that she and Demir had worked on the genetically engineered mosquito issue for years and had previously made trips to the Food and Drug Administration to attempt to express their concerns. According to Napoles, Demir called her on Thursday, April 5th, to announce her intention to drive from Florida to Washington, D.C. to file her petition with the EPA. The two headed to Washington on Sunday, arrived on Monday, and planned to deliver their petition Tuesday morning around 8:45 a.m. Tuesday morning, DeMille left Naples to go for a quick swim at the hotel rooftop pool before heading to the EPA. This was the last time saw her alive. Regarding the possibility of death by accidental drowning, Napoles said Mila Demir was not known to be a weak swimmer and had swum with whale sharks in the past. She said the two had plans to go swim with dolphins in June. Oxitec The mosquitoes are to be released in Houston. They want to release them in Houston. Are Oxitec, the British biotechnology company responsible for the same mosquitoes the mayor was fighting in Key West. Oxitec was involved in the controversial vote in the Florida Keys during the 2016 election. In that vote, residents of Key Haven voted against the release of the mosquitoes in their community. However, shortly after, the trials were approved for a different location in the Keys. Despite the approval, opposition to the controversial project has not ceased. In late November 2016, Health News Florida reported that the coalition of groups, including the Center for Food Safety and the Florida Keys Environmental Coalition, have filed a 60-day notice of intent to sue the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. In 2017, the Houston Chronicle reported that Oxitec is working on a deal with Harris County officials to release GE mosquitoes in the Houston area. Man, this is scary. Genetically engineered mosquitoes? That's scary to me. And a woman who's a pretty good swimmer dying in a hotel pool? I swim all the time. I'm in pretty good shape. I swim in hotel pools all the time. I find it hard to see how you would drown in a hotel pool. Most hotel pools you can just stand up in. They're not deep. How would you drown? Right? Oh, you took in a mouthful of water, you could just stand up or just grab the site. They're not big pools. They're not like a giant 50-meter Olympic pool. Whether or not she was murdered, who knows, and I hope they keep investigating it. But what we should be talking about immediately right now is genetically engineered mosquitoes. Fuck that. It's why we need real regulation. It's why we need real progressives and real environmentalists. The environment is collapsing. It's not climate change. We should start calling it climate collapse. And genetically, this is just like, I don't see this as a good thing. So, Derek Braz of Activist Post has been investigating the story, and hopefully there'll be more news on this. But I thank Ernestine, who's been a longtime supporter of the show, for submitting this article because it's worth talking about. It's worth talking about suspicious deaths, and I'm just asking the question. I don't want to jump just immediately, oh, it's a conspiracy. I don't want to just immediately jump on any conspiracy, but it is odd that 85 plus doctors, it's weird. It's weird that someone who's a pretty good swimmer would drown the morning they're going to deliver 200,000 signatures. Seems a little odd to me. Just seems a little odd to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll be called a wingnut, left-wing crazy or something like that. All the more reason for everybody on this, watching this show, you're all political vigilantes. Get involved. Get this and these. See how they're just trying to pass this. This megacorp is trying to pass it in the Keys. It's trying to pass it in Houston. They'll just kind of weasel it in wherever they can. So, all of you need to pay attention to what you're doing, which is why you're watching this show. Please subscribe. YouTube has been unsubscribing. They've been demonetizing me. Please go to the Patreon. Spread the word. Thank you for supporting the show.